Hello, welcome to Chapter 4, Practice 2, where we will use data tables to determine monthly payments for various loan amounts. Click in cell A1 and let's type the text, Current Loan Terms. Now, let's click in the middle of cell A1 and drag to column B, and let's click the Merge and Center button. Let's widen columns A and B to a width of 15. Put your cursor on top of A until you have a down pointing arrow and drag to column B. Right-click on any one of those highlighted columns and select column width. And let's type 15 for the column width and click OK. Let's format that heading. So, click in cell A1 and on the Home tab in the Styles group, click the More button and let's select Heading 1. Now let's add a heading in cell D3. Let's type Loan Amount Options. Press Ctrl Enter to keep our cursor in cell D3. Notice here in the name box it says our cursor is in cell D3. Now let's center this heading over columns D through F. So, put your cursor in the middle of cell D3 with your white plus sign showing and drag over to column F. And on the Home tab in the Alignment group, click the Merge and Center button. Let's add a Heading 1 style. So on the Home tab in the Styles group, hit the More button and select Heading 1. Click in cell H3 and let's type the heading Rate and Term Options. Control Enter to keep our cursor in cell H3. Drag from H3 to L. On the Home tab in the Alignment group, click the Merge and Center. Let's add Heading 1 by clicking in the Styles group, the More button, and select Heading 1. Click in cell A2 and type the text Loan Amount. Let's click in cell B2 and let's set it to currency format with no decimal places and add the $sign. So on the Home tab, I will hit the Number Format button, select Currency, set decimal places to 0, make sure that our dollar symbol is showing, and then click OK. Now let's click in cell A3 and let's type the text Interest Rate. Click in cell B3. We want a percentage format and no decimal places. So on the Number Format button, select percentage and we want 0 decimal places and select OK. Let's click in cell A4. Let's type Pay Off in Months. Set B4 to Number Format with no decimal places. So we'll come up here to the Number Format button, select Number, 0 decimal places, and we want to use the thousand separator and click OK. Let's click in cell A5 and let's add the text current payment. Click in cell B5 and we want this to be currency format with 2 decimal places and add the $sign. So click the number format button, select currency, 2 decimal places, the $sign, and click OK. Click in cell E4 and let's type monthly payment. And we want that to be bold, so in the Home tab, in the font group, click the bold button. Type loan term in cell H4. And we want that to be bold as well. Let's merge and center across columns H and L. So click in cell H4 and drag from column H to L in that row and click merge and center. Click in cell D6. We want to drag from D6 to D10 and set it to numeric format with no decimal places and use the thousand operator. D6 to D10. Then hit the number format button, numeric, so we want to click on number, no decimal places, and use the thousand operator and click OK. Click in cell D6. Let's type 4,000. Press enter. And in D7, let's type 5,000. Enter. In D8, let's type 6,000. And enter. And in D9, type 7,000. And enter. And in D10, 8,000. And enter. These are our different loan amounts. Now type 6 in cell I5. So let's continue setting up our table by entering our term in row 5 and entering our rates in column H. So in J5 let's type 12, in K5 let's type 18, and in L5 24. And our rates in H6 we want 10%, H7 we want to enter in a 12%, in H8 we want 15%, and in H9 we want 18%, and in H10 we want 20%. Let's set H, go on top of H, and I'm going to click the number format button, select percentage, and we want 0 decimal places, and then click OK. Let's set cells E5 through E10 as currency with 2 decimal places. Click on the number format button, currency, 2 decimal places, $sign, and click OK. Let's type 5,000 in cell B2. That will be our loan amount. Press Control Enter. Now in the Styles group, we want to click the Input button. Type 15 in cell B3. Type 12 in B4. And then in cell B5, we want to type equals, we want to use the payment function. So we'll just click the insert function button, and you can type PMT, enter, and when it pops up in the select a function, click on it and select OK. In rate, we want to enter B3, which is and we want that divided by 12. So we have a 15% annual rate, but if we divide that by 12, that will give us our monthly rate. Then we click in the next box, period, and we want B4. So I'm just going to click in B4 for a period of 12 months. And then in the next box, PV, we want cell H5. Click here and then OK. I'm sorry, that's not supposed to be H5, that is supposed to be B2, which is our loan amount. And press enter. So here we have in B5, we want to know what our monthly payment is for 15% divided by 12 to give us our monthly rate for 12 months at a loan value of 5,000. We need to copy this formula in cells E5 and H5. So I'm dragging over, Control C to copy, and I'm going to click in E5, and I'm going to click paste, and I need it in H5, and I'm going to click paste. Okay, so I'm just checking. Here's H5, we have the same formula, and oh, I didn't get there. Let's E5 right there. Oh, I'm going to hit Control V to copy it there. We have the formula there. For each one of those cells, we want to change it. I'm clicking in cell B5. We want to change it to calculation in the styles group. So I'm going back to B5, E5, clicking calculation, and H5, clicking calculation. Examine that in column E, no monthly payments have been calculated for the loan amounts 4,000 through 8,000 at the interest rates and payoffs in cells B3 through B4. Let's set I6 through L10. So I'm dragging from I6 to L10, and we are going to set it for currency with 2 decimal places and the $ by clicking on the number format tab. and then click OK. Let's begin creating our data table. Let's drag over cells D5 through E10. Click the Data tab and then let's click the What If and select Data Table. In the Data Table, What If, Data Table, Column Input, B2. Click OK. Drag over cells H5 through L10. Click the Data tab and in the What If group, click Data Table. Type B4 in the row input cell. Type B3 in the column input cell. And then click OK. Note the monthly payments have been calculated in columns I through L for the loan amount of $5,000. To get rid of my negative sign, I need to go back to my payment function. So I'm going to click in cell B5 and I'm going to put a negative sign in front of the B2 and press enter. Let's go to E5, put a negative sign in front of the B2, and let's go to cell H5 and put a negative sign in front of the B2.